get out now Joe Green and the Green Boys to entertain for us here.
Hey, go! All right, is this it? Go get it now. Everybody played this 100 times today, but if somebody want to hear me do it, the Orange Blossom Festival, right? Can you hear me all right? Yeah, Lord. Hey, Jimmy, give me a little banjo on that Orange Blossom there. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, thank you very much, friends and neighbors and bluegrass fans. Everybody having a good time today? Yeah. Well, I'm sure I'm glad to be back here, and I know all the Green Boys. This is where I was born and raised down here in North Carolina, about 30 miles down the road here. I'm sort of out of breath there after that deal. But we're glad to be back here tonight, and I want to introduce these boys and bring them around to do a number. From up here in Freeze, Virginia, right close to the North Carolina and Virginia line, a place called Freeze, comes a fine little banjo picker. He's been with me about a month now up in Nashville. He's doing a fine job. Little Jimmy Arnold, give him a hand here. Hey, give that boy a hand. Pick up your keys, Jimmy. Do us a number there. All right.
Checking it going, let's try that.
All right. Yeah, get him, Jim. Jimmy Arnold, fine little banjo player. We don't have but 20 minutes up here, so we're going to go through this stuff pretty fast. Now, we got a boy playing the bass for us named Lawrence Pravat from Lexington, North Carolina, but he didn't have his coat tonight, but he's a fine bass player. Give him a hand here.
Hey, step out in the sunshine.
And from Manchester, Kentucky, the school teacher, guitar picker, and lead singer. He, if any of you people heard the album that County cut for Kenny Baker and I, the High Country, he was a guitar player on that, and he plays a fine guitar and sings a real good song, and we're proud to have him in our group. He's been with us about 2 months now. Mr. Verna Lee Brown from Manchester, Kentucky. Give him a hand.
Get out there, my friend.
And now the next fellow here, I want to talk a little bit about him. We all love bluegrass music, I know, or we wouldn't be here tonight. And I love it all. Bill Monroe, the greatest man, and all these fine groups. I love all of them. But to me, there's another group that you don't hear much about today that had one of the greatest sounds of all time, was the Flatt & Scruggs of 15 years ago. And they had a man with them that didn't get much credit, but he had just as much to do with the sound as Flatt & Scruggs either one. And that man I'm talking about is here with me tonight. His name's Curly Seckler. We're going to get him to sing something. Give him a hand here.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's talk.
All right, thank you so much, Joe. It's really an honor and a pleasure to be over this way. You know, not too far down the road, about, I'd say about 40-some years ago, I learned how to pick cotton. I bet a lot of the people up in this part of the country know what that is. If you ain't, when it comes to picking cotton, you'll get acquainted with it pretty quick. I'm telling you, that's quite a job. It is a real pleasure, but we'd like to tell you who the big boy is up here, big bouncing around so much. Now, he's another mighty fine feller anywhere you find him. On the stage or off of the stage or even up under it. When it comes to fiddling down around Nashville, we think he's tops. Yes, Mr. Joe Green. Give him a hand, huh?
Curly, you and Vernon, come on up here and let's do a trio, something like that. Yeah, that's good. Go ahead.
Down in Wildwood, sitting on a log, singing a song called Salty Dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man dog. Honey, let me be your salty dog.
right, thank you very much. We're going to do 2 or 3 more here and get off of here. Let's do one here that y'all recorded with Flat and Scruggs Curly about 15 years ago. Now, sweetheart, you done me wrong here. Well, about 2 or 3 months ago, I wrote a little song called The Ballad of Big Joe. I was born and raised here in North Carolina, and I wanted to write me a song about my life and tell all about it. So this is the truth from the first to the start. Second time I ever done it on the stage. You may not like it. It ain't too bluegrassy, but it ain't too far the other way either. So I'm going to do it, and it tells the story of my life. I'm going to lay it on you. It's The Ballad of Big Joe. All right, you get it. Well, down in Carolina when I was a lad, I was living on the farm with Mom and Dad. Finer folks you'd never find, but they never understood my frame of mind. Now to Mom and Dad, the golden rule was a hoeing in the corn and a following a mule. They tried their best to make a farmer out of me, but man, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Now Dad would say, come on Joe, get out in this field and grab a hoe. We got corn, beans, and taters to grow, and you can't do that with a fiddle and a bow. And every time I'd get a little bored, I'd just reach and grab my gourd. Away 275, ain't never been a little, but it never did stop me from huffing my fiddle. Yeah! Well, I went in the army and I was a big MP serving my country in Germany. This was fine, a lot of sights to see, but a big fiddle man I wanted to be. And then from Tulsa I met Indian Sam. He could play Gray Eagle, I thank you ma'am. He played Katy Hill, and I guess you know he had to play a little of old Big Joe. Sam took me down to the banks of the Rhine, and that's where we spent the most of our time. Was a humping them fiddles and a sipping on wine. He's a trying his best to blow my mind. And every time I'd get a little bored, I'd just reach and grab my gourd. I weighed 275 and never was little, but it never did stop me from playing my fiddle. Well, I went to Nashville and I met the king. That's Roy Acuff, you know who I mean. He said, come on, Joe, with your fiddle and your bow, I'm gonna put you on the Opry show. Well, I played it hard and I played it long, and friends, let me tell you, they liked my song. I played Katie Hill, and I guess you know I had to play a little of Old Big Joe. And every time I'd get a little bored, I'd just reach and grab my gourd. I weighed 275 and never been a little, but it never did stop me from playing my fiddle. That's all of the Ballad of Big Joe there. All right. We'll go off with that little number. I've been playing Katie Hill down here for 3 or 4 years, and people still hollering for it. We're going to sing one more song, then I'm going to play a little Katie Hill. Is that all right, Fred? We're going to get off here. All right, let's kick that little song off there. So what key do you
you still. All I'll have to do now is sit alone and cry in our little cabin on the hill. Oh, someone's taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our little cabin on the hill. I hope you are happy tonight, as you are. For in my heart there's a longing for you still. I'll just keep it there so I won't be alone in our little cabin home on the hill. For someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our cabin home on the hill. But when you have come to the end of the way and found there's no more happiness for you, just let your thoughts turn back once more, if you will, to our little cabin home on the hill. Oh, someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our little cabin home on the hill.
What do you think of that tenor singing there? Just tell me, that Curly Sickler, does he do it or not? So, well, I want to hear one more thing now. Mr. Haney, stand up yonder somewhere. I want to know if you like the Green Boys good enough that you'd like to have us back here next year. Hey, one more time. Would you like to have the Green Boys back next year? Okay.
Hey, Joe, I tell you, let's do this number especially for all the good people over around Sandy Ridge, North Carolina. I know they're here because I think I've talked to about 200 or 300 of them.
All right. This is all we'll do when we get off here. All right, that's all for the Green Boys. Thank you very much. We'll see you again later. Thank